the post of Professor of Medical Microbiology in the Department of Medical Microbiology and Parasitology, College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, and University College Hospital Ibadan, where he served diligently over the years. The 5th day of February 2023. He was appointed Lecturer 1 on the 1st of January 1991 and also a honorary consultant of the University College Hospital Ibadan on the same day. He was appointed the clinical head of the Department of Medical Microbiology, where he served between the years 19 head for several years. He became the substantive head of Department Africa Consortium, where he serves as a co-PI. He is a recipient of several grants from multinational drug companies. He was an external examiner for many medical schools across Nigeria and Ghana. He was appointed by the Federal Ministry of Health as its chairman of the Technical Working Group on Sexual Transmitted Infections in many accreditation programs across Nigeria for both the West African College of Physicians and the National Postgraduate Medical College. His honors, distinctions, membership of learned professional bodies, including the Nigerian Medical Association, the Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria, are a few but to mention. He has been the president of the Nigerian Venereal Disease Association, VENIDA, which has transformed to IUSTI between the years 1997 and 2007. He has received several awards of service from the University College Hospital Ibadan. He has served as the deputy chairman, MAC, for laboratory services between the year 2007 and 2011. He is a one-star Paul Harris Fellow and a recipient of several recognition awards from the Rotary International. Our Professor Bakari, who is before us, is a well-learned venerologist of national repute who has served significantly and contributed to this particular field over the years in Nigeria. He is the director of the Sexual Transmission Treatment Clinic and Venereal Disease Research Lab and Teaching Laboratories, which is a WHO collaboration center and a reference lab for STDs in Nigeria since the year 1999 till date. He's a well-traveled man, attending both local and international conferences and workshops. He has published more than 100 peer-reviewed articles in both local and international journals. He was the pioneer chief editor-in-chief of the Nigerian Journal of Genitourinary Medicine. He's happily married and blessed with wonderful children. Prof, we have nothing to say but to thank you immensely over the years for being with us, for standing with us, and for honoring our invitation to guide and be a mentor for our new medical students. Congratulations.
Chairman, permit me to sit on the existing protocol to save time. However, I must recognize some people here. The first is Your Royal Highness. I recognize you. The Honorary Professor I had a terrible accident on my way to Osogbo to give lecture to medical students there. And the car was seriously damaged. You can see my car there. It was the grace of Almighty Allah, rewarding encounters and mirrors of challenges. But you know, I want to thank God for how He has brought me and where He's still taking me to. If there's anything that has helped me to guide my journey after the God plan for me, it is my belief in saying, Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Then some of the experiences that helped to shape my experience right from my childhood till adulthood and my perspective in venerology in Nigeria. This actually followed the first lecture delivered by our own Professor Emeritus, Idris Muhammad himself, on the prospects and challenges of medical education in Nigeria. He actually gave the first lecture of the first series of the lecture of Muhammad Idris lecture. Before highlighting my footprints and views about venerology in Nigeria, I wish to pay special tribute and mention a few words on quote. His early education started from a junior primary school and then went to senior primary school both in Gombe, from where he went to the provincial secondary school in Bauchi. After the West African College certificate, he was admitted to the famous Barewa College, Zaria, for a higher school certificate, after which he was admitted into a prestigious University of Ibadan, the first and the best, to read medicine. Interestingly, he was offered undergraduate admission to the only two medical schools in Nigeria then. That was in 1964. However, he settled for Ibadan, that was established in 1948. Professor Idris Muhammad encountered so many challenges. As a young donor from Gombe, his initial experience in Ibadan was traumatic. Ibadan was a strange land because he had never gone beyond Kaduna and never came across people who were not of the Hausa Fulani stock, except the minorities around the current Gombe state and Bauchi. However, this is for Professor Muhammad Manga, sponsored him abroad. So his personal life, he was sponsored by the State Civil Service Commission and earned his salary for the initial 2 years. It was like in-service training, where the Crown agents in London were paying his salary, which was just £56 per month. Professor Idris Muhammad later got appointment as a medical research fellow in immunology in UK Medical Research Council, where he registered for a PhD. Professor Emeritus Idris Muhammad, medical icon, researcher, lecturer, and administrator. He was the former CMD of University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital and later the provost of the College of Medical Sciences in the same university. That has to do with medicine at the national of the Nigerian National Order of Merit. Hence, is one of the elite medical doctors in the country. He is perhaps the only northerner on that list. In all, it can be said that Professor Idris Muhammad medical pursuit and achievement serve as a testament to his hard work, dedication, and perseverance. After all these experiences in the medical field have been a transformative journey that helped to shape his life and realities in the healthcare system generally. Professor Idris Muhammad was the first in the entire world to conceptualize and spearhead, along with other colleagues, the largest mass vaccination against epidemics of meningococcal meningitis by administering the jab to over 7.5 million persons in northeastern Nigeria between 1978 and 1984. His commitment to promise his mentor, Professor B. Oshitoku, a renowned neurologist, on meningitis during his final MBA exam in Ibadan, and his over 2 decades of patience, dedication, and perseverance was the major impetus behind the final acceptance by the World Health Organization of mass vaccination by preventing the epidemics in Africa. Professor Muhammad, I salute you, sir. You are a great man. Now let's compare that with my own journey. Well, I was born, as pointed out in my profile, I was born and raised in a polygamous house in Kemta, Abeokuta, with my father, uncles, extended relatives, stepmother, siblings, and other neighbors all residing together. I was the third child of my father and the only surviving male out of 5 children from my mother, while the other 3 are female. The other male, one set of twins, died in infancy. I was brought up by my maternal grandmother in a village amidst a lot of hostilities due to rivalry among the women within the neighborhood. I remember the last time I went to this house, those occupants there asked me, "Who do you want to see?" And I was born in that house. There are strangers in that house now. All the relatives, all of us have left the place. I was enrolled for my primary education. I was enrolled in a Christian school near our house at the age of 7 after returning from the village. It was difficult for me to get enrolled because of my small stature. Because at that time, your right hand must be able to touch your left ear to be eligible for enrollment. Fortunately, I was admitted to St. James's Cathedral Primary School, where I spent only 1 year before they moved me from that Christian school to a Muslim school, and that was Ahmadiyya Primary School. I completed my primary education in 1965. I was among the top 3 students contesting for the first position from primary 2 to primary 6 in the school. So personally, the best among 3 of us ended up as a roadside mechanic, while I'm not sure of the fate of the only lady among the 3 of us. Alhamdulillah for how my journey has been to the present day. For my secondary education, I was admitted to Egba Junior School as the first set of students in that school. I opted the sound of the typewriters was a major attraction to me, and there was nobody to cancel me on the prospect of my choice. At that time, there was no computer, but that sound of the typewriter attracted me. I would have ended up a renowned typist if I finished from that school. Fortunately and unfortunately, I dropped out of the school in the first time because my father refused to pay my school fees. He was advised by my stepmothers to stop my schooling and enroll me to learn roadside mechanics. Between 1996 and 1998, I was assisting my father to sell drinks and other things in his shop. In 1967, my father was pressured by people who saw my potential and encouraged me to seek the common entrance examination to the famous Abeokuta Grammar School. Luckily, I was successful and gained admission in 1968. As fate will have it, I was part of the Diamond Jubilee celebration of the school, an occasion I recall with a lot of nostalgia. Unfortunately, during my 3rd term examination, class 2, I was sent out of the school again due to unpaid school fees. and I nearly dropped out in that. My uncle, who is richer than all of them in that environment, has been advised by people to assist me with my education. After knowing about my situation, he gave me £8 to pay my school fees and generously took over my education from secondary school to the university level. This act of kindness has changed my life and allowed me to continue my studies. Quest Sarah. I secured 2 different admission offers and the other into the 100 level to study medicine. I chose to study medicine despite the advice of friends and relations against it due to perceived difficulty. I would have pursued a different career path, either as a copy typist or non-confidential secretary, if I completed my secondary school at the Bai High School, or a pharmacologist if I opted for direct admission with my A-level result. I graduated from University of Ibadan in July 1981 and was invited home by my uncle for my internship at the popular state university, the only state government hospital at that time. Either way, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to become a doctor. Now, privileged to stand before you today to give this lecture. Quest Sarah. What will be, will be. Mr. Chairman, sir, the Vice Chancellor, sir, my footprints in venereology. Let me first define what is venereology. It's a branch of medicine that is concerned with the study and treatment of sexually transmitted diseases. The name derives from the Roman goddess Venus, associated with love, beauty, and fertility. And a physician specializing in venereology is called a venereologist. In many areas of the world, the specialty is usually combined with dermatology. As Arts Officer at the University College of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who was my registrar, whenever he was on call, I eagerly assisted him with carrying out some surgery, especially the cesarean section. Those experiences proved particularly advantageous for me during my NYC year at the Catholic Hospital in Apomu, Ikere. On my very first day as a medical corps member in the hospital, I was tasked to perform a cesarean section, which I have never done unassisted before. The memories of closely working with the fans in theatre during his call duty gave me the courage and boldness to perform my first year surgery in that facility. Initially, it was very difficult for me, but through the divine intervention, national successful surgery performed by me that year in that school. My service year was during the governorship of Bola Ige, who introduced free health and free education in the then old Oyo State.